My name is Rachel Bridgers, and I am a General Business Counselor for the SBTDC at ECU. I have lived in Greenville since 2003 when I came to ECU as a freshman. I think for a lot of reasons. I'm from a few different areas, but every town that I've lived in before here was a really small town. And I first fell in love with Greenville when my brother was here at ECU, so I would come and visit him. And it was just nice to have things to do that we didn't have to do where I was living. But as I was a student here, it's hard to describe. Greenville has the ability to feel like a city, but with like small town charm at the same time. So I felt, and it's incredible now. All these developments weren't here when I was a student, but it's been really exciting to see this city just grow and thrive, and I don't know, I love it so much. There's an energy to it that is hard to explain, if that makes sense. I like to call my career kind of like a happy accident. When I was in undergrad at ECU, I was working as a retail manager at Express, that was in the mall here. And I'll be honest, I wasn't like the most driven student, so I wasn't doing the internships, I wasn't putting myself out there probably like I should have. And so when I graduated, they offered me a full-time job, and I'm like, full-time job benefits, I'm just gonna go this route. And honestly, I'm so thankful for that experience, because working with the general public, working in retail, anything customer service related, I feel like builds skills that are not teachable in a classroom. You know, through that experience, I learned conflict resolution. I learned how to de-escalate, difficult situations, how to just show up on time and treat people the way they want to be treated, offer good customer service, and I feel like those are things that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. After that, I moved into an outside sales role. The great thing about a communication degree is that it's so broad, and you can really use those skills for so much. It's been invaluable. And outside sales was fun at times and exciting, but it was also incredibly stressful. And through that, I was able to form really good relationships with a lot of the local business owners in the area. Well, then I saw a position open for a career services advisor who specifically worked to help students find jobs. And I thought, okay, with my experience with these business owners, I feel like I'd be able to make those connections. And that kind of started my career in higher education. And then from that was just a whole new passion, like working with students, especially non-traditional students that they just have this tenacity and this ethic that I know I didn't have when I was in undergrad, and so it was really rewarding to work with those students. And then prior to this, I worked at Pitt Community College and worked in career services still, but I pivoted to more of an employer relations role where I worked with business and industry in the area to help coordinate recruiting events and opportunities for students to get in front of employers in the area. And that was a lot of fun. And how I got this current job is very interesting. Because of those relationships with local business and industry, I got to learn a little bit about, the struggles that they're facing as small businesses, because many of our employers in the area are in fact small businesses. A lot of people think of small businesses as, 3 or fewer, but anything with less than 500 is technically considered a small business. And so one of the limiting things about working with Pitt is that you're kind of confined to your county. And I love this area so much. And the job with ECU, we extend our services to 12 counties in eastern North Carolina. And so it was an opportunity to be able to have a further connection to the area and to support our small businesses, which I feel like are the lifeblood of our communities. gosh, there are a lot of favorites. So I'll say probably my most favorite thing is being able to problem solve. That's something that I enjoy immensely, and no day is ever the same. So if you get bored easily, like I do, if you can't do the same things over and over again, this job is perfect because every day is a new challenge, a new opportunity to, you know, work with business owners and kind of help them navigate those waters. I also work for an incredible team. The team at ECU is phenomenal. I couldn't have asked for better people to work with. I enjoy going to work every day, and I'm even going into the office a couple days now just because I miss the environment, even though I'm typically there by myself. But it's a great team, and the organization as a whole in the state is just phenomenal. It's amazing that talent and resources like this are free for business owners. It's incredible. So we offer everything from general business counseling to financial analysis. We help business owners put together the documents and things that they would need to secure funding. Like if they're looking for a traditional bank loan, we can connect them with local lenders. We can also make recommendations about items to include in their business plans. We help review and edit and proofread business plans. We have a wealth of resources at our fingertips. One of my favorite things to do for clients is to do market research. I love to learn new things, especially about industries in the area. And we have access to a lot of robust research databases. We also have expert researchers out of our administrative office in Raleigh that we can tap into when we need something a little more specific. We do offer specialty services, so if you're interested in government contracting, we have counselors dedicated to that. If you are interested in exporting, we have counselors dedicated to that. We also have specialty counselors that work with clients in tech and commercialization, as well as equity funding. So if you're trying to find investors or things like that, angel investors or venture capitalists, we can help connect you with that. Honestly, I think probably the most valuable thing that we have to offer is just a listening ear. Opening a business, starting a business is very hard, and it is not for everyone. And so it's nice to know that you've got someone that you can talk to that really, we don't have a skin in the game. We just want you to be successful because you're going to make our community more successful. You're going to hire people locally and that sort of thing. So, there's really nothing in it for us except for you to win. So it's nice to know that you've got a listening ear. If you're like, hey, I've got this idea, can I bounce it off of you? Absolutely. That's what. To sign up with us, you would just go to our website, sbtdc.org, and you would complete a request for counseling. You can filter it by office location. So we've got offices at universities across the state. So if you tend to not be in our area, we can connect you with the right office. But since we service 12 counties in the area, chances are, if you're watching this, you are probably in our service area. So we would love to meet with you and help you. Obviously now, because of COVID, we're doing our meetings either via Zoom or over the phone. But once things calm down, we'll be looking forward to welcoming our clients back in the office. So I've been thinking a lot about that lately because I think, goals and dreams change as, life changes. Something that I used to be really passionate about is writing. I used to write for The Reflector, like writing for her magazine in the Mixer, and I love that. My dream when I was younger was to be an editor of a fashion magazine. I've reined that in a little bit, but I want to pick up my writing again, and I'd love to publish a book. So that is probably my biggest dream right now. It's my superpower. I think, honestly, my communication skills tend to be my superpower. I feel like I have the ability to communicate in a way that is easy to work with. I like for people to feel comfortable, and so I try to meet people where they are instead of forcing people to try and meet my communication style, if that makes sense. I think that's a really good question. I've noticed for me personally, it's been very isolating. I am someone who gets energy from people, and so being stuck at my house with, luckily I have dogs and a cat, but it's not quite the same. My husband has been going to work every day, so I've just been at the house by myself, and the isolation of not being able to like see my parents as often as I would like, because they're both at risk, and not being able to like physically embrace, I didn't realize how difficult that would be, and how much I need people to thrive. All right, so now I have a question for you. Whoever can answer this correctly first will win a little gift from me. What do the letters SBTDC stand for? Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to check out our resources. We're at the sbtdc.org. So we'd love to have you check out our services and come see us if you need anything.